subscriptions, some of the financial information that's on there, looking at publication schedules, looking at consolidation, consolidation service from Sweat, so maybe looking to see what's coming on the consignments, if there's putting if it's a print copy still, and we still claim to print ourselves, we put some claims on for print copies.
Do you claim through Swisswise,
yes,
or do you call?
Very, very occasionally, because a lot of our work's gone to consolidation now, where that's where Sweats do it, and of course we are moving where we can to electronic.
All right.
But we haven't decided in this university yet on a policy of if we have P and E, we will throw away the P. We're not concerned about the P, we've got the E. We haven't got to that stage yet, still having conversations with our subject librarians about that.
But you are moving towards...
Yeah, we are trying to move towards. But I know some universities buy the print and they're not really bothered, are they, as long as they've got the electronic. So they're not so bothered about claims or having a physical copy in the library. We haven't got quite there yet.
Okay.
But work in progress.
Is there a date, like 2020, we want everything electronic, or nothing?
It's in the strategic plan, which tends to be for sort of a 5-year kind of plan. So within the next 5 years, but at this university we still do take quite a lot of art material and agricultural material, where the E is probably not so user friendly from our point of view. You know, we take Retail Week, but their website isn't really at the moment geared up for academic institutional use, so we're not really very interested in that E. We're still taking physical print copy. Okay. So things like that.
Probably stay that way for our children's books and stuff like that.
But we're always under pressure to reduce the stock because we've got a limited amount of space in the physical building of the library. Obviously we're not in it, but we're having a refurbishment again this summer where we're taking out stock, books and print.
What do you do with anything?
Well, we send them to people and we offer them to people that might want them.
You sell them off?
No, we offer them charity generally.
Okay.
Sort of, we've sent a lot of books to Africa and India, but they're now sort of saying to us we don't really want them.
Oh.
So we've tried. I don't sort of do that bit, but I can't remember what. It's a book charity, I think, that we use. So we've tried to do that, or we just have to simply dispose of them when no academics are looking.
Okay.
So we get a bit nervous about it.
Chop them up
and whatever. But you know, the way this study is changing, and we've got to change our physical buildings. Sort of, there's more study space, community sort of collaborative spaces, and that you have to remove the stock.
You see that happening all over the world. It's a trend.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, people even getting rid of the building, the brick and mortar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that may come. We're still quite well used. We've got a lot of footfall into the buildings at the moment, but yeah, I mean it's gone with iPad, phones.
Exactly. And you see the building is only being used to study. People coming in, studying there.
Yeah, they're using it more as sort of a collaborative group space rather than coming in to study in silence or whatever. So
that's a trend.
So it's changing all the time. Okay. Yeah.
Good. Have you worked here for a long time?
Here, yes, I've worked here. Worked in the university for about 15 years, and I've been working with serials about 12.
Okay, so you've seen things come and go.
Yeah, seen things change. Started off, it was all very print.
Exactly.
I've seen the electronics sort of grow up alongside. Suppliers come and go, changes in suppliers.
And from your point of view, where do you see it going in the next, let's say, 7 to 10 years?
I see it going, you know, more electronic people, mobile devices, that kind of study. Maybe more, there's been a lot of talk about not buying the entire journal article.
Exactly.
That kind of thing, so yeah,
Right.
I see it going that way.
Now we sort of are planning that one also.
Yeah, of course,
So what we made is, only for catalogue right now, we're making a new Swisswise. Because the current one is, you know, it's a bit 80s, 90s.
Yes.
So I want to make it like 2000 now and future proof.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So what I would like to do is just give you a go at the catalogue, the new catalogue. See what you think. Wherever you, I did not build this. Neither did he. So if there's something you do not like, please say it out loud, because it would not affect me. Just help me.
Okay.
Be brutal.
Right.
To say, oh, this is ugly.
Yeah. Well, we're not very often brutal, are we?
No, that's why I'm stressing. That would help a lot.
Okay,
just
right.
tell out loud. Just say what you don't like.
Okay.
And what you do like, or what you're missing.
Okay.
So, oh, that would be nice if that one, which is down here, would be up there. If there's an export or stuff like that would really help us to improve the product.
Okay.
So I'll start it up.
Okay.
And I want you to imagine that this is your system. Just like now, you have to log into SwissWise with your own password. This is the same here. So, what is your role exactly here in the library?
I'm Senior Library Assistant for Serials and New Resources, so predominantly maintaining the subscriptions.
Okay, so
for all the resources across the 3 campuses. We have 3 campuses here: Clifton, Brackenhurst, and City. Making sure all the subscriptions of the serials come in. We've got access to the serials. We've paid, of course, that kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
So that would give you a certain access level.
Yes.
Well, that would be the same here.
Okay.
So I imagine that the things you see here on the page are especially for you.
Okay, right.
Now, there are things right now that are useless.
Yes.
Please say so.
Okay, right.
I will click on this. Imagine this is just dummy login.
Okay.
But the login name will be Sweats.
Yeah.
It works easy with your thumb and mouse.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, it's a thumb mouse.
Right.
But if it doesn't work, let us know.
Yeah.
I'll get you on that one.
Would you prefer to have your own mouse?
It takes a minute to
I'll see, whatever.
Sweats.
Sweats. Make sure we click just that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sub.
Submit. It's terrible, isn't it, when you don't use it? Just use somebody else's mouse.
Like somebody else's fountain pen.
Yeah.
So if you on this page, this is the main screen.
Okay.
See, your name right now is Betty Johnson.
Right.
And you have a certain access level.
Mhm.
If you would just not click on anything for now,
Mhm.
but you may scroll up and down the page.
Okay.
And if you could give me just think out loud, sort of going through the page, what do you think, what do you see?
Mhm.
And what do you think it is, and how could it aid you or not?
Okay. So we've got the renewal process of the top item all the time.
That would be
Yeah.
if you would like that. 'Cause
Yeah, okay.
Over here you can say, never show me
Mhm.
this again, because
Okay.
it's useless for me.
Okay, right.
You can sort of make up your own
Right.
start page.
Okay. So we've got usage on there. Of format by print and digital. And where's that information coming from? From
Well, since we're your main supplier, that would be coming from you
From
or
us, yeah, okay, yeah.
from the
Right.
library.
and this information here
Also,
is ours?
so your
Okay.
information. This, of course, will be push.
Yes.
So on basis of your searches or
Mhm.
your wishes,
Mhm.
we'll give you these.
Mhm. Okay. It's got the claims, the invoices. What the requests? So what is the request
Could be a request
for?
for publication or
Okay.
for another request. Could be any kind of request. It's subdivided here
Yeah. Okay.
in type of requests. Right now, it's a lot of information. We're searching for the correct information.
Okay. Right.
So maybe you'd say, well, I think e-pass doesn't make sense for me, but if you'd say
Mhm.
envelopes, oh, that would be wonderful.
Okay. Right. I mean, the renewals, it's good to have the renewals, sort of like, because although we have the bulk renewal at a particular time of year, we do have mid-year renewals running all the time, so it's good to know that you're not going to miss anything or let those go through.
Well, how would you see that?
Or you can see that there's sort of the list up here and 7 pending, and you've got the sort of submit to 65% of them, so that's quite useful. I'm not sure about the order value in thousands for me at this time, but that's quite useful. Because often you can't, when it comes up currently, it's just a list, it's not sort of visual, so you perhaps miss it, so I quite like that. And the claims is quite useful, you've got a vision of the claims, sort of what is actually they're resolved, and you've got some messages, if they've been, a message has come back from the publisher that we need to add into our system. And the same with the invoices. We'd like to know where we are at certain times of the year, where how much money we've spent, how much we've committed with the serious budget. Because we do sort of top load, tend to spend the serious budget at the beginning of the academic year.
Mm.
So that's quite useful.
So it keeps track of your spending.
Yeah, and that's becoming more and more useful, as is usage,
Exactly.
to see if it's value for money and etc. So that's quite good. I might prefer that to be a bit further up the screen, the usage, rather than these two.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
So in what way is this useful so you can sort of...
Well, if we're going to go more sort of digital and print is sort of value, I mean, we want more probably information, or want more information, but sort of if the use of the print is really dropping off from the electronic side, we sort of take that information to try and move it towards to more if we can match the price, if we can afford the price kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what you want to see.
So this would help you in decision making.
I mean, we're going to be using more, spending more. I'm going to be spending more time with usage stats on particular titles and packages and etc. So, usage is going to become prime, along with cost.
Okay, so that would
probably move it further up. Yeah.
But the screen as a whole is...
It's very different.
Oh yeah.
Trying to think if it's...
And off we are. So
I was just saying to Jane, this is useful, especially at this time of year, because we do a serials review in the summer, and we ask the academics via the subject librarians to what do you want to renew, what do you want to cancel. So, and sometimes the academics aren't here all the time, so we have to sort of perhaps just stall the process for a while. Very conscious of the fact that we need to get this information into Sweats by October or middle of October, and so this is quite useful, knowing how many days are left on some of the renewals.
there's a lot of that in the screens, upcoming screens, where it warns you about this one is expiring or.
Yeah. So this is, I like this, and I like this, sort of as prominent on the screen, sort of high up.
And would it be possible for you at all to supply the information about this, or would that be an extra piece of workload on top of the workload you already have?
What kind of information?
Well, for example, the order distribution or the orders or claims you've had about, well, I'd say the whole library or all three. That would be something that has to be put in somehow.
Something that we would import.
Well,
yeah.
Would the claim stuff not, if it was being done through SweatsWise, would it not record it automatically there?
yeah, we're still looking at how to do that exactly.
Yeah. And does it record sort of individual, sort of separated out? If you've got your consolidation service with Sweats staff doing the work,
Yeah.
or it's automated, and then we could import. I mean, it's not something we've done previously a lot of, but if we can import our information in to produce some good, useful stats, then I can't see why we wouldn't do that in the future. I think I would talk to Helen, we'd be interested in doing that.
A lot would be automated, of course.
Of course, yeah. So yeah.
And more as we go on.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, they do the claims on consolidation, are they automated?
Well,
when the barcode in?
Yeah, when the journals are checked in, what happens is they get distributed out amongst whoever has those journals, and if there's some missing, then we automatically claim for those ones that haven't come through for those particular customers, if you know what I mean.
I see, right, okay, yeah. What did I do? Broken it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking to do, sort of produce more stats from the system for yourselves and for the customers?
Especially for the customers.
Yeah, sort of more, you can request that information. I can see it, you can either see it in real time straight away, or you request that information. One thing that is sort of a little frustrating, but everybody at Sweats has been really good, is if you have to ask for a report perhaps that takes 24 hours, 48 hours, the more you can see on screen, as quickly as possible is useful, or sort of download the information into, sort of, export it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah.
What would you use the reports for?
Well, we sort of, for the subscription, sort of use what is our subscription profile, what are currently active, what are pending, what are about to sort of expire, the cost of it, what publishers are they coming from, what platforms are they being presented on. Because we currently use our own electronic delivery. We don't use Usability electronic journals as a platform at the moment. We sort of deliver ourselves. So, and also more and more, are they part of a package, or could we actually buy a package and get better value because we've got better coverage of the journal by paying a few £100, £300 extra, that kind of thing. Or are they part of a deal that we do through you? We do deals through Nestle and Jysk. That's quite important to us as well, because obviously a lot of publishers have been asking us if we'll go direct, but do we want to stick with an agent like Royal Chemistry Society? We currently have the option, so that information as well.
Okay.
And also, do we have any part which we're not actually representing? Have we missed it? So what is available on what platforms, that kind of thing. We can produce those reports now. We can get them off the system, but get asked all those kind of questions. And more licensing information. Because I noticed on the new sort of Sweats version, you've got more and more license information, walk-ins. Can you download certain items for packages, educational packages? That information could come off. That would be useful. Pull some information from the license information that's on there as well.
But that's not information.
Yeah.
For example, licenses wouldn't be on this screen, but it would be further down.
Yeah, further down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
If you talk about Nestle, let's say you don't have the package through Sweats at the moment.
No.
How would you like to be informed of your options then?
Yes.
Would you expect us to automatically give suggestions, or would you advise Sweats or Sweatwise about what you have and then get additional information? How would you see that?
I think we'd like to know what our options are. I mean, we often have to ask. We always put that information through Jenny. Sort of when we went with Royal, for instance, when we went with the Royal Society of Chemistry, they were very keen for us to go direct, but we wanted to pay through an agent at that time. So it'd be nice to know the options. I know you don't do the Nestle at the moment.
Yeah, we do a newsletter, don't we,
Yeah.
every year, where we put all that information in, because it's quite UK centric. So we put in whether you can order it through us. So I don't know if eventually that might be something that could go into the system, or if you were looking up, I don't know, a Nestle package in the catalogue, maybe it would have that information.
Technically, we can probably do it.
Well, the information sometimes comes through now, doesn't it, with Science Direct, if it's in the Freedom collection or if it's being removed, that kind of thing. So yeah, we do get the newsletter. It is once a year, I think, or maybe once a quarter.
I'm not sure.
Changes and price changes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was just specific to
Was it? Okay.
that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. But those sorts of questions are being asked.
Would it be interesting for you then to see that information also in a section like this instead of the newsletters, or would you see that somewhere else?
I think it's nice to have it all on one screen, because there's always the chance with the newsletter you don't read it, or you just put it to one side. So it's nice to have that information on the desktop if you can. I mean, I'm religiously read the newsletters, obviously.
Of course you do. Cover to cover. I'll test you on that next week when I come back.
So yeah. Okay.
Anything else on the screen missing or noticing? Or?
I think it's status of the orders. Yeah, I mean that's what you want to be sort of aware of straight away. If anything needs your immediate attention, sort of pending or rejected. So I would expect to see that. This is probably the bit I'm not really. I don't hate it, but I'm not quite sure of why I would use that at this stage, so I wouldn't want that prominent on my screen now. So
you
okay.
Click that away.
Yeah.
Right. And is there any other, besides these four, that you say, well, that would be handy if those were there instead of, or?
From my point of view, it's orders, it's claims, it's being sort of aware of the financial situation. So I can't think. No, not at this stage. No. It gives you a snapshot. Yeah.
Right.
Is it in real time, sort of?
Well,
Sort of
there
more or
would
less.
be. It would have to be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very current.
Yeah. Yeah. Very current.
All right. At the top of the page, there's a search bar.
Okay. Right.
And there's, well, you see more, a little house, of course, which means
Oh.
we have a pre-selection,
Okay.
a search bar where you can, well, enter your search word. And then 4 buttons, of course, going to 4 separate sections. What I would like you to do is perform a search. And the only one actually working is nature. So if you would look for nature.
Okay.
And well, so tell us what you think.
So you well, put nature in you. This is what you're interested in.
Yeah, that would be.
Right. Okay.
The list will be longer
Yes.
in real life,
Yes, of course. Yes.
consisting of more. But let's say you searched for nature the last 2 months. These would be the 5 top
Yeah.
searches you performed.
Yeah. And that's useful. It's very Google-esque, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to mimic anyway.
Yeah.
You can click on any title you're interested in.
Come on. Okay. Nice and clean. I like the description. Yeah. And that's a book.
It's an ebook.
Yeah, an ebook. So it's all coming together rather than having the different sort of search options. Yeah. I mean, this is useful. Sort of 1 user, 2 users, purchase options, supplier, ISBN. Publication year is more important. I don't do so many books, but that's useful for the edition, I suppose.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
so yeah, okay. It's not something I'm particularly looking at from a serial point of view at this stage. So yeah.
But the rest is?
Yeah, and that little book cover.
Is that important?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it on our catalogue. Yeah, and our reading list as well, yeah.
So the recollection, this is the one.
Yeah. Yeah, nice and clean, like that.
Missing any information right now on this screen?
No, I want the price, what we can offer to the user. And the supplier's not particularly, it's more about the price and what you can use it for. Probably look at the packet, I don't know, look at the packages, the books. Table of contents, that's not really relevant to me. It may be relevant to if we offer the service out to the subject librarians that are picking and selecting, so that they'd probably be interested in that. Obviously the language or the version. Yeah. But nice and clean, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just quickly see where you want to go your arrow.
Yeah.
So you can click anywhere.
Right.
What would you normally do to find out any information on this ebook? If you want to go deeper or whatever, you can just click around.
Okay. It's got multiple users.
Maybe it doesn't work in the demo.
No, just
The
table of
offer.
contents.
No, it should give you.
Oh yeah, it does, yeah,
This
okay.
one does work.
Right. And you've got the downloads.
Yeah, you can export it.
And if I was just finding information about it initially, I can't think that I would want to click anywhere but the information about the AI, is it the right ISBN, is it the right item that we want to buy? Yeah. As soon as I can click about, I might as well, haven't I?
Yeah, please do.
Right.
What would you expect to see here? If you click on orders, anything you expect there? We're still working this one out. Missing pieces of the puzzle.
Would you sort of to place the order?
Well, that's my question to you. What would you expect to see here if you click under the orders tab?
Well, we need a purchase order number for us, a system number, that kind of admin information.
Okay.
Probably budget. We probably assign a budget code to it. Maybe actually an initiator who actually has who's requested the order, or is it come from a reading list? Maybe,
that's the information you would.
Yeah. Maybe that would be useful to us to see.
Mm.
Okay. Sort of information that sort of we can match against our system, and maybe information that we can use from an EDI point of view.
Okay, but why would you?
Because a lot of our orders are placed in books, not with serials. In books, they place them EDI.
But is it coming from? You mean Verdi or related to
From
Verdi?
From our reading list, I believe. I don't do e-books, so.
But for journals, you say you want to use that information. Is that
for journals, we'd want to assign a purchase order number to it, and we just want to be able to order it. We don't actually order a lot online at the moment, but if we're going to go on ordering online, then we'd be able to just put some of our budget information in and our assign information in, and then just look at it. Purchase order number is most important for us at the moment because we need that to match with our system, so we can pay all our.
That's your invoicing system. Where the payments are.
So we want a purchase order number.
But that's for our invoice that you can.
You get the match on your invoice. Yeah, you've got all our numbers are sort of assigned against our system as well as our own numbers, aren't they?
Yeah, we do. Do we do EDI with you?
Well, we're about to do EDI.
Just
about to.
So I mean, we send everything out.
Yeah. So we don't currently do claims or anything like that. So it's just the order of the finance side, payment of the invoices, because we don't want to input the invoices anymore. So it's just a number that matches your title and our title on the system.
And let's say if you would do online ordering, would you? Because you're also using Verdi, how do you work with?
We don't order through Verdi, we order through Aleph.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we don't do EDI ordering for serials at the moment or anything like that.
But you do for books, don't you?
We do for books.
You've got a current contract with someone like Dawson or something,
yeah.
so they facilitate that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't do that side.
No, but if you do serials, would you look it up in Sweatswise and then go back to Verdi, or how does your workflow?
Yeah, we look it up we'd match the numbers again. We look it up in our system and Aleph serials, and then look it up against. Use the same reference number against Sweats. So at the moment, Sweats numbers are on our system SW 496721, and we just match that against the system to make sure we've got exactly the right title for the invoice that we're paying here. We do currently still have some sites that we may take three or four copies of things across the site for the different libraries, so we've got to be sure we're paying for the right one. And that's been the thing with the EDI sort of test, to make sure we match it.
Because the EDI has been Aleph and Sweats.
Yeah.
That's that.
Claims.
That's actually the same question.
That's the same question. On a serial, we want to see what the status of our claim, and we either want to be able to input the claim manually if that's what we're doing, rather than it being an automated system. So we want to be able to identify the correct journal. At the moment, that's on a publication schedule, and you just click the little box, hopefully, so you've got the volume and the issue, and then you want to be able to follow it through on the system to see that the claim's been accepted, it's in process, pending, or there's been a reply from either Sweats in print, supply from our own stock, publisher's been contacted, publishers will these are the messages we get back. Publisher refuses, you'll have to pay for it again, or electronic access has been denied, pending access is now restored. Like those kind of messages.
That's what you're getting now also?
Yeah.
How do you get those?
We get those messages from FYI, for your information, which is a PDF email, but it's also on the current system. You can go and see your messages, and also if you go into your claims screen, you can actually see the progress of certain claims that's been accepted or it's been sent to publisher. Correct, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is there any ideas that you have to make it easier for you to work with compared to what the current situation is?
I think it would be nice to, for your information, you can actually go to the newsletter. You get it physically, and it's also actually stored on screen as well. And you see a list of the titles that you may have requested. It would be nice to actually see it all on one screen rather than to sort of click around to different stages instead of going to claims. It would be nice to be able to see more all on one screen. Well, not one screen, well, hopefully one screen, but certainly just not too much clicking around from claims to publication schedule, or to actually go into the FYI. It'd be nice to actually be able to see that as a sort of a workflow from Sweat's point of view, that they've done that work, sent it on, referred it, and there's been a message back, and then it will say, make a note on your records or record this information. So it'd be nice to see. At the moment you do seem to have to click around a little bit, so it'd be nice to keep it no more than 2 clicks.
No, we're trying to make everything a small universe.
Yeah.
No wormholes, it's just
Mm-hmm.
one little thing. If you halfway somebody asks you
Mhm.
something and you come back to the screen,
Yeah.
you still know what to do
Yeah.
instead of going, oh, where was I?
It's like if if you see if you have a current order on Sweats, you can see the publication schedule, but you may not be able to claim at that stage. You have to go to make a new claim and then see the information. So the fewer clicks would be useful.
Yeah, we're trying to save
Mhm.
clicks.
Yeah, sort of going around the system.
That's what we have to do now, a lot of different screens.
Yeah.
So we're trying to.
And I think there has been a drive towards that on Sweats, because when you actually go to the order for an individual serial, there is a lot more clickable now. You can link through. You can link through to the license terms. You can link through to the publisher's end page. You can click through to the file. So there's been a lot of work doing that. So this is just a continuation of that, isn't it? To sort of, and also the problem is that to make it more visible, it's more clean. It's cleaner on screen rather than you sort of going somewhere else. I think that's what you seem to be wanting to do, and that's what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
So
maybe not describing this very well.
yeah.
Sorry.
So how is your experience with the current system? Are you happy with it on the whole?
Yeah, I use it a lot in comparison to other subscription agents. As I said, the thing that is most irritating is the fact that you have to click through a few screens or go to another screen and then click through. The lesser clicks, the better. Was the license, the electronic license has been good. You click to see the license, and there's been a lot of work where Sweats have obviously pulled out the most important parts of the license, which are useful for us: walk-in use, digitisation. That kind of information is now on screen. You can see it from there. It could just be cleaner and perhaps less clicks. That's instead of it being click, click, click. It's like pages over. I don't know this. I'm not technical, but you go to overview, you go to orders, and it's all sort of almost a bit stacked behind. So that's quite useful. And also opening. It's quite annoying when you click on a link and it opens the page over the top of Sweats. It doesn't open in a new window.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously better to have it in a new window, but much better to have it as almost like a set of pages across.
Like these tabs?
Yeah, these tabs, yeah. That's what I meant, tabs. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what Insight is, so I'm going to have to click it, aren't I? But it's going to be nothing there. No Insight.
No. What are you struggling with the word?
Yes.
With what it would mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be a surprise to click on it and see whatever's there. You go, that.
Yeah.
So that's what they mean by it.
Yeah, that would be a surprise.
Mm. Yeah, we get that a lot.
No. Maybe quotation of the day or something like that. Something inspirational.
Actually, it's sort of what's been a sort of overview, depth thing. Like on the first page, where you see all the information by order. This would also be the same thing, but then about this order.
Right.
Specifically about.
So sort of picking out the top 10 pieces of information you might need about an order at a quick glance.
Well, about the one you chose here.
It's also about you mentioned reports. It's also about reports is a more reactive way. It's more of a proactive way in providing you the relevant information which you would otherwise maybe run a report like.
Yes.
Like you saw a bit on the homepage.
Yes.
That's why the idea was to rename it to Insights.
Okay.
But we do experience that's a challenge.
Even if we translate it to Spanish, they're like, what is that?
God, it's not for me.
No. Anyway, there's nothing you can do wrong anyway.
Okay.
Everything you do is right.
Good.
Correct.
Makes a change.
Okay. We applaud everything you do.
Okay.
Is there any have you an idea of what we're meaning with Insights? What we have in mind?
No.
It's still Okay, so it's about like the first page we went on. It's about all the orders.
Yep.
And this would be something like that, but only for this specific order.
Okay.
You just click on. So it's details, even more details on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But then I would. Maybe there is a better name.
So, sorry, can I interrupt? Sorry,
Yes.
I know it's
Please
your
do.
test, but would it mean something like how many years you've had that particular subscription, or
It could be
price
usage.
rises over a usage, or price for a
analysis.
specific for
All
that
those things.
specific thing, all on one
All
page?
those things.
Yeah.
So then, what would be a better word?
I don't know, even just something like information or stats or something that sort of explains it a bit more, what you're trying to say on that page.
Analysis?
Yeah, maybe analysis actually. Maybe that's quite good.
Yeah. Because it would be interesting to be able to have sort of a snapshot of maybe how the price of that particular title has inflated in the last, if you've had the subscription for 6 years or so, if it's been a massive increase in price or...
Yeah, there will be the type of information that will show there.
Presume that would be a sort of visual stat, and sort of the usage in comparison. I don't know. I mean, some a price model change, we've had quite a few things recently. Well, they're always getting them where they're going to change the price model for the new year, switching you from a particular tier, or they change their pricing structures or that kind of thing. I don't know. But certainly the length of the subscription would be quite useful. I see it's more analysis of that particular title. So that, I understand a little bit better now, rather than insight.
So, but analysis would be the word for you to capture that? So?
I'm not sure whether that's the word, but that's what we're sort of driving at, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Insight.
We're still looking for the right word, stats.
Stats. It's not a bit boring, the word stats, isn't it?
Well, that's what insights, it sounds nice, but if people don't understand what the intention is, it also doesn't work.
Yeah. Don't know.
If you come up with great ideas later, please let us know.
I think what's better with an insight? But that's the kind of that's the information you want to present, so statistical information about that particular title. So, yeah. Right. I'll have a think. Have a blinding flash of inspiration. I'll let you know.
Does it happen often?
No.
Oh.
Insight. Right.
So when if you go back to overview, there's all this information, but you can also go deeper into a purchase option, for example. Would you pick one and see what you think of?
Sorry, but you want to pick a purchase option?
Yeah, you can pick anyone. So see what you think about how the information is presented there.
Yeah. I think it's all there.
Easy to read, easy to find.
Yeah, easy to find, yeah. Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Obviously you have very good eyesight.
I have good eyesight.
Yes. But would you think this, 'cause this is a big screen, is your screen bigger than this or just?
Yeah. Slightly. Yeah.
So you have a big,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is easy for you to read,
Yes.
it's one size, it's no
Yes.
problem at all. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Well,
Because, yeah, I mean, did you want to make it bigger or?
I don't know,
No,
just
no.
wondering, you
It's
know.
nice. It's because it's just nice to have. What frustrates me, not particularly with sweats, but sort of the rest of the web world, is when it sort of goes off the page and you have to. The more scrolling down you have to do, it's very irritating. And also, if you have sort of split screens where you've got to scroll, say if you made it bigger but sort of more compact to sort of grid, and then you've got to scroll down for this information in that window. Yeah. That's very irritating.
That's very
You want to see it straight there. So,
so it's hidden content
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You have to go down.
Yes. Nothing more. It's Verde's like that. Sort of the windows, the frames are very. I don't know how they designed it, but you have to scroll down a lot within the frames, and that's very irritating.
Yes.
You need to see it on screen. So yeah, I can read that. That's fine.
And this is clearly the blue area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Add to cart. Purchase options. Yeah. What's this? What would you put there? Sort of
VAT, price,
yeah, okay.
Any other kind of breakdown information.
Yeah. And I presume the pricing would be, we're using euros here, it would be in, because we are like that, we're still in sterling, it would be...
Are you using euros here?
No.
Oh, you're not? I thought you said we are using euros. No, that would be information in pounds.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go back to the options. Yeah. Nice and clear, like that.
Do you see anywhere you can choose the package options to go with this purchase option?
Go to back to purchase options there, or got the fair use clause. How useful. View packages from this option. Click on that. Don't go there. Just goes back. Yeah. To users.
Is it clear for you if the screen moves what happens?
Yeah.
If you see something moving and you click,
Yeah.
just curious if that's clear that you see what happens.
That was a bit more information, wasn't it? Yeah. I think everything's that you need to see on screen, yeah.
Do you know what this is, or did we just do some abracadabra that we thought, we understand, so the rest of the world will also understand? Now, do you understand like we do, or do you say, I don't know what this is at all?
No, you've got the pricing, you've got the item, pricing options, the details, the ordering information. Obviously, I don't read that information.
It's Latin.
Access information and the license information, yeah.
That's enough information for you?
Platform, got the platform details. That's where we can access it, that's useful, yeah.
Is Sue going to have a look at one with a journal that's relevant for journals as
we
well?
also have a journal.
Yeah.
Maybe that's good too.
Yeah.
And the layered approach, if you see the blue part and the more yellow part, so it's the the option that you first selected and then the package.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a useful way of representing it?
These two?
Yes. Is it clear what that means?
Yes. I mean, obviously it's a book, but yeah, to me that would be that you can either have it, yes, or you could have it as a package. Like I was saying earlier on, with serials more and more, we are being asked if we take the Journal of Criminology, for instance, could we actually take the criminology package from Sage, and would the extra cost be useful, affordable for us, in view that you get another extra 12 titles, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's useful.
Yeah, what's missing from this screen are all the titles that are in the package.
But they're in the package, yeah. But you do tend to have to click on. You do. I'm not sure whether you could fit it all in, because you've got quite a lot of titles. Would it be too crowded?
What happens is you have good eyesight,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have a problem there.
Okay.
You have a list of titles.
Right. Okay.
And it could be 300. Huh?
Yeah. Could be, yeah.
And you just get pagination where you click, or
Right.
you can just say see all of them on one big screen.
Okay. Right.
And they fit in here, and they're not in this dummy,
Mm-hmm.
but they are online.
Okay.
And I showed them in Spain,
Mm-hmm.
day before yesterday, or
Mm-hmm.
exactly when. And they were very happy with it. The only way I could show that was to go online. Actually,
Yes.
it's not in the demo.
Yeah. I
Yes.
see. Right. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, you would want to see that. But I didn't know if it would take you to another screen, because if you're driving towards having most information on one screen, it sort of crowds it out, doesn't it?
It does,
Yeah,
but you can.
Yeah, but as long as you can scroll up and down.
You can close it up to just show 5 or 15, whatever you prefer. And you can actually save that.
Yeah.
Every time I go here, show me this view.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
If you look for nature here on the top,
Yeah.
but then instead of clicking on one of the titles, you hit enter.
Right.
These are the search results,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to one search item directly. So here you can pick journal, or package, or your book.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It's very busy down the left-hand side here. And this, to me, this is useful. I'll click.
Yeah. What would you expect right now?
Just to see if that was a newspaper. But it's not, is it?
Oh, it is, but does that mean?
Yeah, dummy. Yeah. I mean, what's important to me is the publication format and the type. I'm probably being given a list of items where we've already got that. The information to me is just to go and find the right title and to give the pricing options and the access options. I mean, so the subject isn't of great importance to me at the ordering or at the inquiry stage. But I can, you know, if it's been, that's just my comment. I mean, I know other people use it, but from my point of view. I mean, it's useful if you put a title. It's obviously useful if you only have a title as general as nature, which is going to throw a lot of results back to identify the correct one. But I would probably be working with an ISSN or a particular title that isn't so general. I would know at the stage when I'm looking for the order or looking to place the order, I would know the particular one I'm looking for.
Okay, so that's for you.
Yeah.
This
it's nice, but
not useful because you know exactly what you're.
Yeah, it's probably. I'm not saying it's not useful, but mostly that's not what I would be using. But if you opening it up to other people to use it, like if we were to give it to our subject librarians for sort of selection, then that would be useful there.
So what would you'd have like the ISSN or right there already?
Yeah,
put
title. Yeah. If I was doing sort of work on finding different formats, if I'm using orders that we've already got, I'm probably going to be using actually the order number. Because what I need to do with on an inquiry is to be as quick as possible. So to pinpoint the title accurately, the easiest way to do that is by an ISSN or your specific order number.
Exactly.
So go straight in,
So
kind of thing. Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
put that into the search box
Yeah.
at the top, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
But we do get a lot of queries on, we used to have this print, can we get it E? We have it P and E, what's the prices for E only? That is useful.
Okay, wonderful. So these two,
Yeah.
and if you could just, do away with the rest, that would be more than enough.
Yeah. We just go back.
Why you go to the publication actually?
That's not okay. Got the publication. Okay.
I'll show you this because you were asking about it. I'll quickly look it up. This is the, I hope you can see it like this. But this is ignore the top part, it's a little bit different than this one, but the concept is the same. You would just load.
Oh yeah, titles.
Yeah. So you could either just scroll through it, or you can make it bigger and then it expands.
Yeah.
But it's still in the same view. So I was curious if you would think that would be too much, because then at some point if you enlarge it you have to scroll a lot more, of course. But we've tried to make it smart and just put it in there so it's easy to
I like
browse.
that. Yeah. So being able to scroll in that. Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, that's a tablet. Don't worry.
And if you,
It's not Apple.
if you make it,
it
doesn't work.
if
Okay, it's because it's tablet.
If it loaded, it did. No, it's.
There it is.
Okay.
Then it would make it bigger.
Yeah.
So you could then scroll, instead of scrolling in it,
Mhm.
you can scroll
Yes.
outside and you can, in this case it's naturally deal, so it's quite a large list.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So you can bounce through.
No, that's good. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first one's actually what you said, it's sort of
Yeah.
scroll in the screen,
Yeah.
that's not very nice. So
Yeah.
that's why we
Yeah.
came up with this.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Yeah.
We're still a bit
Yeah, sure.
whether or not it will work.
You can always make it smaller, let's say, because in the future, probably there will be more information underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So that we prioritize a bit most relevant on the top.
Right.
And going down.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So then you can make it smaller again.
Yeah.
But as you said, with the clicking,
Yeah.
you don't have to go back and forth to different pages.
Yeah. That's good. Keep it on the screen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this was not a distraction.
No, actually, that is the last thing.
Oh,
I
right.
really wanted to know something
Oh,
about,
okay.
and you've answered me so wonderful.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's quite nerve-wracking actually.
Oh.
But if it's useful and it helps, then
Very, very.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Very important because we don't make it for
Oh,
ourselves.
are you getting a lot of sort of common themes? Sort of people saying pretty much the same thing? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, on certain things like,
Yeah.
well, for example, insights.
Yeah.
People
Mhm.
just don't have
Yeah.
a clue. These buttons here,
Mm-hmm.
what would you,
I don't particularly have a problem with them right now.
would you have any idea what's under them?
I'd expect that to be about my account. Status, don't know. Catalogue, I'm thinking it's pretty much like, at the moment there's sort of dual functionality on Sweats database we use. You've got very much your orders, when you open it up, your orders come up straight away and you're searching those. But if you want to use it more like, I suppose an Ulrich sort of, an Ulrich sort of system, sort of to actually look into the catalogue to sort of find the prices and that kind of information.
Mhm.
And what happens with new orders, we get a lot of people using Ulrichs periodical, but the information is not accurate, and that's why we go into sort of Sweats to see more accurate information. We'd expect the information to be more accurate, and also hopefully our information for our particular university with all. There's certain price differences, isn't there? Just not huge ones, but with our account, and when the price comes up, it's for us, isn't it? Because we're about certain banding. Do you do it on the bandings, university bandings, or just a profile of us as a customer?
Contract.
Kind of business, yeah.
It's your contract
With the
price
NEO.
with NEO and SUPC.
Yeah, okay. We're involved in a consortium, purchasing consortium. Do you know about that? Yeah.
You know that in the UK that the UK for universities is split into purchasing consortiums. So we have to via a tender, we have to apply for the business, and in those areas, what happens is the pricing for those customers is preset into the system so that everyone can see. But it's the same for all of our accounts. The handling charge or whatever will be put in. And
I mean, from my point of view, if somebody's asking me for a price, I'm expecting to be able to quote back a more accurate price from Sweats than I would be from Ulrichs or anyone else, I suppose. I mean, if we go with a publisher, that's a different thing.
Well, the price you see should be the price that you would be paying.
why don't you use Ulrichs, by the way?
I don't tend to use it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of our inquiries come through from subject librarians, and that's the only option they have at the moment, because we don't offer Sweats out to them as a pricing tool or as a bibliographic tool at the moment. I mean, I can see actually meriting offering it out with more information like this, because what drives us a little crazy is the fact they think they can get something for £500, but it's actually going to come in at 800 plus.
Yeah.
So, that's why we use Ulrichs from the purchasing point of view. I mean, obviously Ulrichs, the subject librarians use it more than I do for other reasons. I don't use it as a purchasing tool.
No.
Because it's not. It's probably more useful just to sort of get a very basic bibliographic information if we need to find it. But that's not on particular orders with particular suppliers, it's just a general tool. I don't use it a great deal.
In the current advice, you could also create users for them that can only view the catalogue.
Yes.
So they can immediately see if you want them to be informed,
Yeah.
of course.
I mean, that's what I like now, would not like to lose that, is that I and a few colleagues in this building have Uber powers, Uber logging kind of thing. We can order, we can cancel, we can see financial information. But because we don't, the other libraries have to do some work. We've given restricted views to certain members of staff. So some members of staff can just see our orders, they can't do any work with them, they can't, some of them can claim print if we're still doing that, and it's basically the information systems out on the campuses. We've given restricted views. We've also given a few restricted views to people to look up recently ebook information, because that's becoming more and more part of the workflow in the RAS team. So that would be good, that you can actually offer this out with restricted views. That would be something that I wouldn't want to lose, and it would be nice if it could even be, it would be so useful if we could offer it to subject librarians.
But you can now even. But yeah.
But would you say, are there roles that you're missing in the current setup? If you looked at that, did you say like, I need a different type of setup?
No. I mean, either myself or Helen give the users permissions. I do find that setup screen quite complicated. It would be nice to simplify that a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah, it's sort of know whether you're in an admin or is it either the admin account or it's very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be, to clean that up would be lovely. But yes, no, just offer them out. So yeah.
Good.
What we mostly don't want people to do is only the people with the budget control and the order and the cancellation control. We don't want people to touch that generally, because obviously we don't want them cancelling things willy-nilly.
No.
But yeah, no, there's a look-up tool for ebooks, journals. Yeah.
And if they would be able to say, for instance,
I'd
like to cancel this, and then we inform you, and on your screen you next time say, hey, your colleague X requested if we can cancel it. Would that be useful to have that type of workflow in there?
Yeah, we don't currently do that like that, but yeah, if they could actually sort of tell us what their intentions are, we can always override them or query it. But yeah.
But you still keep the control, but you get the information.
Yeah, that'd be useful. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I mean, whether they'd use it or not. We often offer all sorts of access out to our back of house systems, and they still have a tendency to ring you up and ask you what exactly that means, or they don't have the time. But no, I mean, there's no reason why they can't use it, and they should be using it. So yeah.
Do you think they would use it more in this setup than in the current setup?
Yes, I think if it's all on one screen, if it's quite intuitive to look up, it's more Google-esque. They're gonna be more interested in it.
If it's that little bit more easier, you're that little bit more likely to use it.
Yeah, they're more likely to use it. I mean, I can't say I think that SweatsWise is confusing at the moment, because I use it an awful lot, but to them it probably wouldn't be as intuitive to them. So yeah, and certainly the clicking through, they'll get bored with clicking through too many screens, like they all do.
No, I was in Spain and I was doing the same similar tests, and the librarian there asked, but how do I, besides in SweatsWise, the current one, how do I get to that screen? And then the person I was there said, oh, that works for Sweats for like 14 years already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. Let me call somebody.
Yeah.
So that's how intuitive it is sometimes.
Yeah.
We were trying to get rid of that. Anything else?
No. Don't call everything the same thing. SweatsWise.
SweatsWise on my content. SweatsWise has all that. SweatsWise.
Oh, okay. That's confusing for you? From they all have the same name but with a little word behind it?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit confusing for me, and I use it quite a lot, but it's incredibly confusing when you go to meetings and you say use SweatsWise Library Edition, use SweatsWise, etc., etc. So yeah.
Would it be more logical if we would have just SweatsWise with different saying use catalog or use the order overview, or would that make more sense?
As if it was all.
Or would you say the completely different names?
I think it's confusing. Certainly SweatsWise and SweatsWise platform's confusing. Not to me, but to other people in the department. So I don't know, SweatsWise Library Edition works for me, because I know that's going to be about the orders and subscription information and invoice information. So maybe it's as little as that, but it can get a bit confusing, I think.
I've got to say that I get lots of feedback, so at the moment the neo customers are moving on to a new contract, which means that we've packaged together Sweatswise online content, Sweatswise title bank and eSource manager into one content sort of access and management suite. And everyone is just panicking that if they don't take it, that they're not going to get Sweatswise library. And it's like, of course you will, you know, but you know it's a natural thing. Everyone's saying, yeah, but will I be able to access the catalogue? It's like, yeah, that's going to be fine. But yeah, so...
We need to speak to our marketing colleagues.
Okay, I'm going to slow down.
Nice.
Do you eat chocolate at all?
Oh yeah.
You know, I took some chocolates to somebody and, you know, I don't eat sweets.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I've got some colleagues that will help me with the film as well. So.